OMG, yes, it's that time. The paper we all love, the pre-U economics paper 2. We've got 3 25-mark questions that we've got to answer, 3 belting essays to put out there. Last year's performance was amazing. We had over 80% of students getting a D1 on this paper. This year it's going to be even better. I can just feel it. Right, so let's take a look. First up, number 1. Well, we've got 3 questions to answer from the overall 6. So you get that choice. So please just remember that, just your absolute basics. So 3 essays you've got to do in the time allowed, okay? You've got to do 1 essay from section A, the micro, and 1 from section B, of course, all right? Plus 1 other, and you can choose whether that's a micro or a macro-based essay. You've got 45 minutes per essay. You need to make sure that you do a plan, okay? Make sure that you put a plan together. Otherwise you're planning to fail, all right? So make sure you spend a little bit of time just to think about the structure of the essay, okay? I'll show you in a moment just to make sure that your structure is absolutely bang on here, okay? Third point is so important. If you don't quite get the question you hoped for, well, too bad. You've got to answer this question, okay? You cannot just rehearse your answer. You guys know this. You're going to absolutely crush it. I know that, okay? So just make sure you answer the question, and within that, you may want to actually just go back to the question every 10 minutes or so to ensure that you are really tackling that specific issue that's at the heart of the question. Look for any normative terms within the question. Highlight those normative terms because that's going to give you a wonderful evaluative strand to consider in your overall judgment, okay? Right, so number 4 is that you've got 17 marks for analysis and 8 marks for evaluation overall, okay? So you've really got to build sustained analysis throughout the whole essay, but you need to also try and make judgments through the essay. The originality of those judgments is rewarded, okay? So learning those higher end evaluative points that we've looked at really support you to achieve well here, okay? So let's look at the structure overall. Well, we know how it rolls. Short introduction, okay, keep it nice and concise, just get the ball rolling, it'll help settle you down in the exam, okay, so just offer a definition and then get into the essay, okay, so start off with paragraph 1, this is likely to be an agreement with the question, okay, so yeah, here you're likely to incorporate a diagram and try to consider at least 2 points of analysis within that diagram. So for instance, if it's a market failure externalities diagram, then make sure you actually have some corrective action, perhaps introducing a tax or perhaps introducing a subsidy, depending upon what type of externality it is. But that gives you that second strand of analysis, and that will help you pick up more points here. Providing a potential solution will also offer an evaluative mark, and then you can actually make a judgment about how effective such an intervention might be, okay, such a policy correction might actually be in this given circumstance. Now, being able to make that judgment is so important in collecting these evaluative points here. So then go into paragraph 2. Sometimes you may want to include a second diagram, okay, but not always. Here, just make sure that you're really focusing on those chains of analysis, okay? Those chains of analysis that you are going through the points, one leading to the next, to the next, to the next, okay? You guys are brilliant at doing this, so I know you're going to crush it. Then make a judgment, all right? Make that judgment upon whatever you were discussing here. So this is likely to be disagreement with the question, okay, with the actual essay title, and looking at perhaps disadvantages or whatever the sort of scenario that you get here, okay. But make that judgment, state why, so justify that judgment and what factors that may depend upon. But keep it fairly short, because remember there are just 8 evaluative points overall, but you do certainly want to try and make probably a 2-sentence judgment at the end of each paragraph, okay? Right, then possibly a paragraph 3, see how you're doing for time, because you do not want to miss this one out. This overall judgment is absolutely fundamental in terms of you boosting that grade even further and getting into the sort of 20s zone. So you've got to make sure that you answer the question, you justify your answer, state what it depends upon and what the most important consideration is for whatever economic agent that you're discussing, whether it's the impact upon the working population or those that aren't in work or whatever. It really does just depend, okay? So offer that judgment. If you can give a really, really strong judgment, okay, which is going to be at least that sort of detailed in terms of the actual paragraph that you take up here, then you're going to score well on that, okay? But make sure the evaluative comments come throughout the essay. You guys, you're going to do so well. I can feel it. Thanks, guys.